Hi friends, so I'm coming to you live from here in Poland with probably one of the most amazing stories I've ever told. I'm coming to you from my car. I've pulled over to the side. I'm here just a few kilometers away from the city of Tomaszów Mazowiecki, which is about 110 kilometers away from Warsaw. This morning I received a very good call from friends of ours about a remarkable story and about an incredible man. We received a phone call this morning about Mr. Stanisław Wróbel. Mr. Stanisław Wróbel is someone, one of the righteous amongst the nations, one of these remarkable heroes who risked their life just 75 years ago to save his Jewish neighbors during the Second World War. And I was told that Mr. Wróbel celebrated his 100th birthday on March 20th, so just a few weeks ago. However, sadly, because of the fact of the coronavirus and everything else happening, Mr. Wróbel was unable to have anybody come and celebrate his birthday with him. So we couldn't let that happen. For such a hero to be in the situation he is in today, not being able to leave his home, being in a different and tricky situation, we decided that we're going to come forward and make sure that he has the birthday that he needs and he deserves. So behind us you can see the balloons that we've got and loads of food and other things that are potentially necessary for him and all the other things that he could possibly need to enable him to get through the current situation with the coronavirus and everything else happening. We go out. We leave the house, we go shopping, we do every single thing that we need to ensure that these heroes do not need to leave. But the amazing thing is actually the story of Mr. Wróbel. Because again, when you're dealing with the issue of Holocaust survivors and we're dealing with the issue of righteous amongst the nations, a lot of the people that we're dealing with would have been children at the time. They had an incredibly important role to play. However, they played their role as kids. They played their role as a young child who would have helped their parents hide the Jews and so on and so forth. However, the story of Stanisław, of Mr. Wróbel, is different. And the story is really amazing. And this is a story that I have to share with everybody. I've, like I said, just pulled up a little bit away from Tomaszów Mazowiecki before I get to Stanisław's house. And the story is a story that needs to be heard and needs to be understood. Because when we're dealing with the time that we're dealing with right now, and a lot of us are having a difficult time, it's stories like this that enable us to get through this time, to look at the past and understand quite how amazing these individuals were. So Stanisław Wróbel and his family were from a city called Opoczno. Opoczno is a small, very small town, I should say, near Radom here in Poland. And they had a very small farm. They had a farm of about 2 kilometers where they basically grew different things that they could potentially sell forward. They're what would have been known at the time as peasants, as very poor and simple people. And at the time, Mr. Stanisław Wróbel and his parents were working on this farm. And on the 22nd of November 1942, the German Nazis liquidated the ghetto of Opoczno. And at the day of the liquidation, suddenly arriving at their house was Jakub and Sarah Frankel, along with their son Herschel, and Sarah's sister Bella Rosenberg. These 4 individuals turned up to the house of the Wróbel family and begged them, please help us, hide us, we just need to be hidden, we just need somewhere to be. The ghetto's been liquidated. All of you know what happened after liquidation. Many Jews were taken from Radom to all different camps, would have been to Treblinka, some to Auschwitz, some to Sobibor, everywhere possible, and almost always ultimately murdered. But by 1942 as well, the Poles knew the risk of risking their lives to save Jews, which made it this family, who were on the breadline anyway, also risking their lives, incredibly nervous. They stood up and did something truly remarkable. They stood up and they took their Jewish neighbors. They took Sarah, Jakub, and their son Herschel Frankel, along with their sister Bella Rosenberg, and they hid them. They brought them into the house, and Stanisław, again, who's 100th birthday just a few weeks ago, tells the story, and he explains that when they took the Jews, they took them into the hiding place. They took them initially into the attic. They put them in the attic. However, the problem was, as he describes later, when you entered the house, this small house that they had, the stairs to the attic were straight there. So all it would have taken was to walk up 2 or 3 stairs and you would have seen people hiding in the attic. So Stanisław, as a young man, as 22, 23 years old, knew that he had to do something. So he went to the barn and he dug a hiding place under the barn. and this hiding place under the barn, these 4 Jews entered, but still he realized it was too risky. There was too many problems. It was too difficult for these Jews to be hidden there. So he eventually went and dug another hiding place outside, and he dug this other hiding place in the outside barn, and this is where the Jews were ultimately hidden. And he recalls this time as a time of absolute fear. He says, and I'm quoting, "We were never free from fear, not even for a moment. We were always wondering where the Germans were and when the Germans were coming." Because this was the point, the Nazi Germans were everywhere, even in small towns like Opochno. They didn't stop. And this is what made this story of this family even more remarkable. He dug this hiding place, and he said for the 3 years until liberation, he stayed in that barn. He slept in that barn. He didn't go back to his house. He stayed above these Jews to make sure that if the Germans came, he'd see what was going on. And this, again, is the most remarkable thing. This man did everything possible. And he said he didn't have any kind of social life during this period. He was too scared. He retells a story that he went to a local shop, and he heard other peasants talking about Jews. And he was so frightened that he went bright red. And he quickly ran out before anybody saw him. And he said, it was too risky for me even to be in a social situation, because maybe I'd give it up, maybe I'd slip up, maybe I'd say something. Imagine the absolute fear in knowing that you're risking your life to save other people, and you can't say a word for 3 years. And it's not like these people had a lot of food themselves. Every single bit of food they were giving from their own mouths to these other people. And the remarkable thing is that Mr. Stanisław is still with us. Mr. Stanisław, as I said, on the 20th of March, celebrated his 100th birthday, which, according to the righteous that we know and take care of and work with and deal with, makes him the 2nd oldest righteous amongst the nation, just after Józef Waszczak, who we've already visited. So like I said, when I received a phone call this morning from Andrzej telling me that there are a few righteous outside of Warsaw, 6 in fact, righteous outside of Warszawa, all around the country, who are having a hard and difficult time. Some of them are here in, as I said, most of them we know in Warsaw, but the other ones who are having a hard time are all over the country, 400 kilometers away, in Gorlice, in Kraków, up in the north, in Missouri, everywhere. And I've taken it on myself that over the weekend pretty much, I'm going to be going to all these places, be driving over 1,000 kilometers over the next few days to make sure that we're there and we're able to help and able to give, because truly, like, this is our time to stand up and do what's right. When have we had an opportunity as grandchildren and great-grandchildren of those who went through this horror, as Jews, as part of the nation who were saved by these heroes, when have we had this opportunity to give back like we're able to give back now? And it's not excessive to say that we are helping save their lives by not allowing them, by making sure that they don't go out. And this is exactly what we're doing. By us going shopping for them, by us doing what they need right now, we're making sure that they don't have to go out and they don't have to literally risk their lives. Like, we're seeing this. This isn't, at the beginning when I was talking about this virus, everyone was telling me I was exaggerating all of this stuff. And we've seen it. We've seen how dangerous this is when a 55-year-old prime minister, and I wish him all the best and much help and everything possible, but when a 55-year-old prime minister is in intensive care because of this wretched virus, because of coronavirus, it shows, and imagine the danger of our 100-year-old man. So this is why we're really stepping up, and we're doing everything that we possibly can to make sure that these people, these heroes, are protected and taken care of. I did an absolute ginormous shop today. I don't think I've ever done such a big shop. I have 4 huge bags of shopping behind me, and in the front, and in the boot of the car. We spent about $200 in the store buying everything that we possibly could, all the things that we think that I think that someone may need. I bought meat for I've never bought meat in a supermarket in Poland. I had to call a friend and ask them what parts of the pig I meant to buy for someone to eat. I don't know. I don't eat that, obviously. But we wanted to make sure that these people have every single thing that they need. That there's no reason for him to think about going outside. There's no reason for him to risk anything. We want to make sure that he and all of the other righteous are protected and taken care of. And as I've said before, and as I've mentioned many, many times, this truly isn't something that we can do ourselves. We need everybody's help. If it's sharing this video, it's a big enough help. It's telling their stories. Now, at the end of the day, it's amazing because so many of these righteous, we have these London taxis that run here in Warsaw, offering free trips for the righteous whenever they need, however they need, whatever they want. We're there for them to help them. And a lot of times in the past, a lot of the righteous haven't used the taxis. A lot do, however, there are some who don't use it. They want to get around by themselves. They don't want to accept anything. They're okay. They're fine. It's a generational thing. It's in older folk who don't want to accept, and that's understandable. But even these people now. 2 days ago, we visited one of the righteous, Mrs. Katz, who told me of how she's completely alone. Her son sadly passed away last year. She has no one and nothing. And really, this is the importance of doing what we're doing and stepping up and making sure that they're taken care of and just giving them love and everything that we possibly can. And so please, friends, any of you who are watching this from wherever you are in the world, you can help. You can get on board and help us with this. Because really, we need every single bit of help that we can get. So from me here, just outside of Tomaszów Mazowiecki, about 100 kilometers away from Warsaw, as I said, we're going to be going to a 100-year-old righteous to visit him a few days after his birthday, to make sure that he has everything that he needs to stay at home, to make sure that he stays safe, to make sure that he has absolutely everything, that he doesn't have to risk himself by going outside. And this really truly is the beauty of being able to give back. And there has never been more of a time for us to stand up as millennials, as younger people, as all of us, as part of humanity, and give back to those who deserve it so much. So from me here, just outside of Tomasz Mazowiecki, I wish you all a good evening. I wish for those of you celebrating tomorrow evening, Chag Kashel v'Sameach, a happy Passover. For those celebrating Easter in a few days' time, I wish you all a happy Easter. By the way, on Friday, we're going to be doing another big thing as a foundation. A huge thing, one of the most important things that we've ever done. We're going to be partnering with a local restaurant here in Warsaw, where we're going to be cooking a full Easter meal for every single one of the righteous. Every single one of the righteous. Any of them around Warsaw, whoever they are, it doesn't make a difference. We're partnering with this restaurant. We're cooking everything from żurek, which is a traditional soup, to the yaika, to the eggs, to all the other stuff that I don't really understand and know about, but the restaurant does. We're going to be cooking all this food, and we're going to be taking them the food again, so they just don't need to go outside. We're going to do everything that we really can to make sure that these heroes are taken care of. I see that on our Facebook page. Mike Cook, thank you very much. I see on our Facebook page, Marcy Kane has asked where she can make a monetary donation. Thank you very much. I'll link our website below. It's fromthedepths.org/donate, and you can donate there or however you write. And again, truly, like, we do need donations. We do need help. We can't do this alone. But really, thank all of you for watching this. And thank you for sharing this story and making sure that it's heard. And I'm sure all of you, and I'll let them know, wish together with me a very, very happy birthday to Mr. Vrobel on his 100th birthday. What a remarkable milestone. And what a shame he has to celebrate his birthday during this difficult period. And he was unable to celebrate it with friends and many people who I'm sure would like to celebrate it with him. But we're going to be celebrating on his behalf. I sort of bought the balloons, which are quite difficult to get right now. Not many balloon shops are open. And we have cakes in the back and every other thing that you could begin to imagine. Really, I just went around with a cart, and anything I thought that could be of help and could be of assistance we bought. So, really, again, thank you very, very much. תודה רבה לכל מי שראה את זה וצפה בזה ומשתף את זה. זה עוזר לנו מאוד. dziękuję bardzo. do widzenia. Goodbye. Shalom. תודה.